Welcome to I Support Your Business show with your host and host Mithil, a pod made exclusively to share the journey of our fellow community members of I Support Your Business Indo-Canadian community to the world. The main aim of our community is to practice the power of giving, facilitate collaborations and partnerships, and help connect people on a global platform. As your host, being the president of the community currently, as well as the founder and chief content alchemist of VIS Tribe Content Lab, I help solopreneur artists and coaches build their business online organically through content marketing. Today, we have a wonderful member from the community. Let's welcome onto the stage none other than Manisha Sinha.
Thank you.
Hello, Manisha ji.
Thank you.
So, Manisha ji, can you share with us your childhood, please?
I'm basically born and brought up in Mumbai. I spent my childhood at Anushakti Nagar, which is a staff colony for employees of Bhabha Atomic Research Center. It is one of the best places to stay in Mumbai, full of greenery, and luckily having all schoolmates from the same background, so there was no hiccups like if somebody is from a business family or a different background or something, all from educated families, parents were educated and all, so we all had the same kind of background and a beautiful colony to grow up with, everything inside the colony. And like anything, our childhood, like always on the ground and helping each other until date. Almost now we are reaching half a century, everyone from our batch, and still connected in the same way as we were in the childhood.
Wow, this is really fascinating. And yes, BARC is very special to me too because my father did post graduation from BARC. So yes, that's a very
Okay.
wonderful place to be in.
Yes, very wonderful place, and you will till date you have that. We get emotional when people talk about it, and when you meet your friends, it is like going back the memory lane, spending almost full of your childhood, your education in that field, and that environment is like something. It gives you a goosebumps till date now.
No doubt about that. So Manisha ji, when and how did your professional journey started?
I have basically graduated in microbiology, and I worked in the field. But during that time, almost 25 years, 27 years back, I was not interested in the lab, your pathology lab, because that didn't suit me, the environment. And luckily for me, you can say National Institute of Fashion Technology was diversifying, and they opened their branch in Mumbai. And it was like, because I was not so sure of continuing with microbiology, they had an entrance test all over India based, and I thought I'll just give a try because that was my hobby, uh, garment stitching and all. So I just thought of giving it a try, and luckily got selected in all over India basis and secured the first batch in IFT Mumbai, until date associated with the institute. And obviously first batch in the sense they didn't have a proper campus, neither proper faculty. It was upon us to do your research work, go in the industry, make them understand what NIFT is in Mumbai, because NIFT was only popular in Delhi that time. And we had to make these industry people understand also why we need such institutes here, because Mumbai was one of the textile head during that time. And to understand anything, we had to visit the factories always. So, so that time, after the graduation, after finishing my course with NIFT, and I have worked in the industry, because NIFT always people think it is a designing course, but no, we have done a technical course where we understand what and how the garment is made. Designers just design the garment, but to manufacture it on a large scale, you require technology, the different kind of machines that you utilize for it. So we have studied that, and to make convince these people that why you require such machines, what are the different technicalities you have to understand before you stitch a garment, and to even make the designers understand why each design will not be viable for your mass production. So we were the link between them, and I have worked for the exports also for many major brands like your Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, and handled the factories for them. But after my marriage, I shifted to teaching. At the same institute, they had invited me for taking lectures and all. And with my family, it was difficult for me because this industry requires a lot of time to put in, which I was not able to do with my family. So slowly, I was a faculty with them, and then slowly, like, it was not enough for me having always the feel to get do something. So started with my boutique thing, and there were ups and downs with my boutique work also. Had my second son, I had opened a boutique, had to close down because I could not give time to the family, boutique, and everything. So then I started tied up with the masters, and still I was not able to give up. So I started it from doing it from my house, giving them consultation to people for that, and also to set up the units and taking orders in tie up with the masters. Until date I am doing that. And obviously during COVID everything was shut, and had to give some healthy food to the children with the variety because they could not go out for having anything. So started making things at home which were liked by many, and slowly I started that also. And obviously pickles and all, which was liked by many. And then I started studying why pickles were healthy, why people used to have it earlier, and then started making in the same way. So that's the way I started the and continuing with both the things. Still today
So
also I am associated with NIFT as a faculty. Today also I have been invited for fashion show for their graduating projects. So that's it.
lovely, lovely. That's really, I would say the journey is an adventure, I would say. So, and truly it is remarkable. So, Manisha ji, can you share when did you, like, I know you just shared in the journey, how did you turn
Yeah,
into an entrepreneur, but can you share
yeah.
the story behind naming your brand?
See, naming my brand regarding the boutique, I haven't properly named it because it is not a full-fledged one. I just take orders on consultation basis. But yeah, regarding food, I have already taken the brand, which is Sehat Se Swad. People think if you have taste, so you'll have to always go ahead with, something will be not so healthy and all. But that is the reason I have named my brand as Sehat Se Swad. You will always have the good qualities. You will have healthy food with the taste. So that is why the brand goes Sehat Se Swad. So even in the
Wow.
pickles also, I make it a point, you put all the good things, good ingredients, what is actually required and which is also beneficial for your body. Even if you're taking it in small quantity, at least that whichever things that you don't even use it on your daily basis, in support with your pickles, you can make that and take it as for your healthy body. And sweets always not necessary with the sugar and all. You have other options also. Not necessarily sugar free only. In sugar also you have different options. So I try to give the other options which is more healthier with the taste.
Got it. Got it. So, Manisha ji, if I have to take you back to the memory lane, can you share the initial days of handling your business? How was it?
I was not sure whether it will turn into a brand or something. I was basically doing it for my children, my family, and friends, whoever required it. And I was, in fact, giving them whatever I used to make them, and just for, have it as a taste or something like that. But never thought of venturing out into a brand. And till today, like, I have got it registered, but I really don't know how big the brand will go about. But yeah, I'm working towards it, and hopefully with all the support of the networking groups like ISYB and all, I'll sure that I'll grow up to a big one.
Lovely. Glad to hear that. So, Manisha, in this whole journey of being an entrepreneur and running your brand, can you share what were the hiccups as well as the learnings that you had?
Hiccups was with the family. It becomes too hectic for me many a times. I'm not able to give so much of time that it requires. And learnings, yeah, patience has to be there to maintain the taste and everything. You have to give your best to it. That is the basic learning. Not necessary you just compromise on the taste and just go away with the healthy things. So that is the main thing. I have to do it mainly with patience and perseverance, so that you go ahead and things will be recognized surely.
Got it. Got it. So, Manisha can you share with us, since you are an entrepreneur, what are the five things that you feel an entrepreneur must have?
See, first of all, an entrepreneur is not the only one who is doing it in the market. You have so many competitors. So you don't have to worry about them because each one has their own specialty and nobody can take your skills out of you. So you have to be patient and give to the market what you are giving, not because somebody else is also giving and you just compromise on things and start giving the wrong things or anything like that. You have to do it patiently, understand what your competitors are doing and why they are doing it. Any particular reason, then costing you have to understand very perfectly. Many a times, initially, you won't have a good amount of profit, but that doesn't mean we have to compromise on quality. And obviously, you have to build your network. Especially for small entrepreneurs, you have to have a network because even though you do advertisements, it is basically word of mouth that goes faster and in a much better way.
Absolutely. Totally agree with you, Manisha So, Manisha how has being an entrepreneur changed you as a person?
Changed me as a person, trying to evolve many things, handling both my family and my small entrepreneurship business, giving time equally to both, understanding each things. Many a times it happens I have to give more time to your family. And right now maybe the entrepreneurship, the business may have a little less of time because I have to understand which one is important for me right now. Because obviously, upbringing my children, and that also at the teenage and adulthood age, I have to give more time to them. Obviously, once they grow up and settle down in a particular field, I'll have the time for myself. But simultaneously, I don't have to let these things also go off. Keep my network alive. Things will work out. Have to keep patience for myself. Many times I'm not able to do networking or one-to-ones with many times it happens with me. But okay, I'm okay with it because I know which is more important for me. And once they also grow up, I'll have the time for me also to do.
Very well said, Manisha So, Manisha based on your experience, do you really think is there a success formula to establish a business?
I don't think so there is any particular formula. It is your hard work, your patience, how you perceive things, and it is a different degree for everyone. How big you want to become is all upon you. Not necessary many a times only money is the matter. Many a times your experience matters, your network matters. At the end of the day, if you're happy with yourself, it matters. Even if you have lots of money, not necessary you'll be happy with it because you have not put on the right kind of an effort and patience. But if you're patient and if you call up somebody at any time of the day, if they are ready to talk to you at that time also, I think that is much more of a your success.
Wow, very nicely said. So, Manisha ji, what would be the message that you would like to give to our community members as well as to the people who are listening to this podcast?
Message, see, I'm nobody to give a message or something, but yes, I would always say please get connected with people, like minded people, be there for each other because business follows, but your friendship, your connection matters a lot. End of the day, even if you're not able to continue with your business due to some reasons, at least you have a connection from heart to heart. Even if you call somebody at any time of the day, they are there for you. Not necessary only a businessman needs a friend. Everybody needs a support. So you have to be there. Not necessary only from this group or any other group, even in your building, in your society. You have to be, at least be a little patient here, hearing for them, so that next maybe you are on the opposite side sometime, you may require somebody else. Right now if you are there for somebody, you may also require somebody at the other time. So you have, it is both ways. You cannot give only and take once only. So
Absolutely, no doubt about it. And this is, I think, a very beautiful message that you shared with us, Manisha ji. And we wish you all the best in your venture ahead.
thank you, thank you so much
Thank you
Mittal
so
for
much.
this. Thank you
You're
ISYB for
welcome.
it.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. So you have just listened to I Support Your Business show with your host Mithil. Thank you so much for listening to our show and giving so much love. Don't forget to subscribe to our show on the podcast platform that you are listening. This is Mithil signing off at the moment. Until next time, meet you soon with another member of our community and their exciting stories. But until then, keep rocking, stay safe, and don't forget to keep creating content. Ciao.